What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000, I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Band of Heroes. This is a brand new idle game that came out a couple of days ago, so if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started with Band of Heroes. However, even though Heroes is in the title, I would not classify this as a hero collector just due to the fact that the character roster isn't exactly deep, but that's not a jab at this game. I don't think hero collecting is what this game was trying to go for, at least I hope not. However, I still want to talk about the characters that you do have in this game because I really do like the art style that they went with. So the art style reminds me a lot of like, if you took like Adventure Time characters mixed with a little bit of Steven Universe, maybe even a little bit of She-Ra mixed in there with good measure, the new She-Ra, you'd have characters that look a little bit like this. So I really do dig the cartoony vibe that this game went for. So even though I would not classify this as a hero collector, I'm still going to give this game my hero collecting stamp of approval when it comes to heroes that you can collect. So there you go. Now, when it comes to buying new heroes in this game, you can buy them using in-game gems or cash shop gems. You do have that choice. And there's lots of things in this game that you can use your free-to-play currency to purchase, believe it or not, which a lot of these idle games that are this style kind of fail in that point. We'll talk about that as we move along. So when it comes to the actual gameplay itself, your normal idle game rules apply. Whether you're online or offline, your characters will continue to push forward, killing monsters, getting experience points, gold, drops, etc., etc. However, this game still functions a little bit differently than other idle games like AFK Arena or Mobile Legends Adventure. This type of idle game is a gold-based resetty idle game. That's a real term, buddy. Don't steal it. So gold is your primary resource, right? So as you build gold, you can hold down one of your character's portraits here and they will level up. Obviously, the higher levels you have, the further that you can go in the stage. The further you can go in the stage, the better the rewards. That's pretty straightforward. Eventually, you're going to get to a point. And I can show you that point right here. So in your character info, eventually I will get to a point where I'm on stage 422 and I just can't go any further. Well, these type of idle games function a little differently than like AFK Arena, like I mentioned. Once I get to a point where I've gone so far and I can't go any further, basically you reset your characters back down to level 1. They go all the way back to stage number 1. However, you do get some level up currency to give your characters stats that will never go away, permanent stats. So even though levels are temporary in this game, these stats right here that I'm leveling up, these are permanent stats and my rank up. So now that I'm rank 8, that is a permanent stat bonus. So those same stages that I may have struggled with before, I'm gonna go through them even faster the next time around. That's kind of how these idle games work. Every single idle game that you see that is a gold-based, resetty idle game, they all kind of function the same way. Here's why it's called Band of Heroes though, by the way. They're actually a band. So if you're actually paying attention to the idleness and you see that pop up, you can get some extra rewards by clicking this screen when that pops up. So there you go. So what else can you do inside this game, FG? Well, before we get to that, slow down a little bit, let's speed up. So one thing I do kind of like about this game is that a lot of the idle games that are in this category of idle games are very reliant on straight cash purchases, non-gem purchases, and VIP. Luckily in this game, a lot of the things that you can purchase in this game are purchasable using free-to-play currency. So if I want to do ×3 speed, I can. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to be ripping through these stages at breakneck speed. Another additional thing that I have that you might have noticed if you know about these types of games is that my characters are leveling up on auto. Most games hide that behind a VIP function or a cash shop function. In this game, you spend 1,500 gems, which is not a lot, and for 7 days, the game will auto level for you. And that's really important in games like this because while you're offline, if you're stuck on a stage that all you need is a couple of more levels to get through, you're going to be stuck until you log on unless you have an auto level feature like that, which allow you to kind of push forward to your extent of your power. So that is that. As far as combat is concerned, I have 4 characters here. You're not going to be doing any actual combat. It's an idle game. You really have no impact on combat whatsoever outside of these little lightning bolts. So if I'm on a stage that I'm kind of struggling with, and I'll just show you just for giggles, I can hit these lightning bolts and kind of clear the stage out a little faster, but there's not going to be any real direct impact or input on combat in this game. 4 characters in combat, then I have this guy right here who's an accountant. He's the person right here getting me all my gold. So the more I level him up, the more gold I'll get as well. So that is pretty much the idle gameplay. What else can you do in the game, FG? All right, now I'm ready for that question. So if you go over here, have a few other things here. We have some dungeons as well. So each of these dungeons, as you guys can see, are open up on special days, but depending on what I'm looking for. So I have this biker dude right over here. He's the guy on the bike with the lance, right? So if I'm like, you know what, I want to get some better weapons for him, I can go over here to the biker dungeon, enter it. I immediately leave the overworld, and now I'm in this special dungeon where the only thing that drops out of this dungeon are going to be biker weapons. Now I'm gonna gripe here in a second, but I'm not ready to. And this is basically the biker dungeon. So it's not like a daily per se. You don't have to go into the game and try to run 10 of this dungeon, 10 of that dungeon, 10 of that dungeon. You don't have to do that. Basically, you have a set amount of keys. So if I want to spend all 48 of my keys on this one dungeon, I can. Or if I want to spread it out, I can. There's really no requirement to go into a specific dungeon every single day. You basically just kind of go into a dungeon that you need weapons for. We'll talk about the weapon system here in a second. Now, my first gripe, though, however, is that this game has a lot of ad watching bonuses. Like, get better loot, watch an ad. Get better speed, watch an ad. Reset your loot, watch an ad. And I'm okay with that. I understand that these games have to monetize in multiple different ways. I just wish when games have that many ads to watch in their game, I wish there was a way that I could just pay for the game or pay for an unlocked version or an ad-free version, so that way I can get, because I want the bonuses for the ads. Don't get me wrong, I just don't want to watch the ads. So give me the option to be able to just give you money and let me get the ×2 bonuses or the extra loot and all that good stuff without watching the ads. I think that would be a very good way, you know. Wait, hold on. Just making sure. I just saw that. I was looking at this. I was like, wait a minute. FG, did you? Yeah, I did my research. I gotcha. So there you go. I just wish there was a way that I could just turn these off by giving you guys a flat payment and just call it a day. A lot of games do that. So I'd like to see that here in this game. Other than that, you also have a thing called Jackpot Battle, and I'll show you that right here. It's kind of you versus a boss. I'm really high level for a lot of these, so I haven't been doing them too much. I've been just really kind of idly, passively gaining power. But as you guys can see, it's just you versus a bunch of big bosses over there. In addition to that, we also have guilds as well. And I'm not gonna actually do this here because the fight will take a little bit longer, but there are guild raids. I would like to see a little bit more variety on the guild bosses that you fight. Because as you guys can see, a lot of the time, there's a lot of cool enemies in this game. So I really wish they wouldn't make you fight your own characters, just bigger versions. I think that would kind of be, I think that would just be a better move overall. So there are guilds in the game. Basically, you can contribute to the guild by donating weapons, and then of course doing the guild raids as you might expect. It's ban time. Let's go ahead and click a few buttons there. All right. And then last but not least, there is PvP as well. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna turn on auto request PvP, and this is up to you. So basically, while you're playing the game, if you feel like your squad is strong enough to also beat up on real players' teams as well, not live or anything like that, it'll automatically, wow. It'll automatically throw you into a PvP match while you're idling. And you can turn that off if you want to. I might still be in the queue for another, yeah, I knew I was. And you can just turn this on. That way, as soon as you get a PvP ticket, the game automatically throws you into PvP, and then you can fight that way. So that is PvP. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about the weapon upgrade system. So in this game, all of the characters can equip weapons. The weapon models do show up on your characters. And the way that you get power here is basically through a total collection system here. So even though I'm not using these green weapons anymore, it's still in my best interest to level up those weapons, because basically the strength of my weapon that I'm currently using is based on all of the weapons I've collected and all of the weapons that I've upgraded. I wish there was a little bit more streamlining when it came to upgrading all of these weapons, because you have to kind of hunt them down, do them one by one. I really just give me an option to level up all of my lower tier weapons all at once with a little bit of quality of lifeness. I would appreciate that. But that's pretty much the game, ladies and gentlemen. Idle game, I don't think it's gonna change your mind if you are already kind of vehemently, oh man, that was a hard word this evening, FG. I feel like I still kind of got it, but I should have just kept going with it, you know what I mean? As soon as I second guessed my pronunciation, it was over. Anyway, if you are really against, how about that? Idle games, I don't see anything in this game that's really gonna change your mind. But if you do like these, like I said, these gold reset-y style of idle games, I feel like this is actually probably one of the better ones. I played a few of them on this channel, including like, how do I get off this thing? Oh, it's way over there. Including like that Metal Slug one was the last one that I can remember. And I have to say that I played this one much longer than any other goldy, idly, reset-y mobile game that I've ever played. So there you go. So that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. No summons to end the video off because, like I said, this is not really a hero collector. So that is where we're going to end it. Once again, my name is FG3000. I thank you so much for watching. This has been a look at Band of Heroes, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later. Oh, wait a minute. Can I? All right, either I like to end my video with a summon, or I like to end my video with me winning in PvP. And that feels a little bit better. I'm out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.